Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Review, and today we're looking at the Yu Yu Hakusho Ghost Files Yoko Kurama action figure by Dasin Toys, or sometimes also known as GT Toys, I believe. Either way, this is an off-brand Yu Yu Hakusho figure. This company has been making them for a bit. They took a little bit of time off, but they're back with a new, I guess you could call it a wave. The other two aren't released yet, but Yoko Kurama, we have Kurama in his Dark Tournament uniform coming out this month, as well as Yusuke in his Dark Tournament uniform. I'm saying uniform, it's not really a uniform, it's just what they were wearing, but I'm excited for those for a few reasons, but I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, yeah, this is an off-brand company. This isn't officially licensed or anything, but we're not really getting officially licensed figures from almost anybody. I know Good Smile has been kind of getting in there. They've done some Nindroids, so who knows, maybe a Figma in the future. But for now, this is what we have, and for the most part, not a bad figure. I like it more than the original regular Kurama in his school uniform, which we'll take a closer look at in a little bit here. But mostly because this figure's soft goods frees up his articulation so that he's actually more fun to pose. The other two, Yusuke and Kurama from this company, yeah, it was really limited because of the way they did their clothes, and it's because of how this company did it. One Shot Toys is the only other company doing these kind of figures, which kind of disappeared. Hopefully they'll, actually do Kurama, not Kurama, Kuwabara, and release him, because I got him on pre-order. That's a whole nother rant. But One Shot Toys, they were doing this kind of right before them. They released right before them, and really good figures. Head sculpts, questionable, but soft goods, honestly, articulation on those is so good that I hope that company does come back. But for now, again, we have this, and I'll admit, I didn't finish off the team. Yu Yu Hakusho is like one of my favorite animes of all time, and I didn't finish off the figures because, again, I kind of just thought, okay, maybe One Shot Toys will release them, but they haven't finished. So yeah, when I saw this guy go up for order, I was like, I kind of really want him, especially because it looked like he would be able to articulate better, and he can. So we're going to get to all of that, but before we do, let's go through the accessories. He does come with, of course, the same stand as all the other figures. I do want to note, though, if you want to connect this to the other stands, the color is going to be slightly different. This one's a little bit darker for whatever reason. It's a Chinese company. Can't really, I guess, bet on consistency in paint, but yeah. And for accessories, here are all of them lined up so you guys can get a good shot and see everything he does come with, and we'll just go through those one by one, which he does come with a good amount of hands and a little bracket thingy this time. So instead of having them all in a little thing, they're doing the Figma thing where it's on this little tree. I actually really like that. It makes it easier for organizing. But anyways, he does come with a pair of fists, a pair of kind of somewhat cupped hands, a pair of somewhat, I don't want to say clawing hands, but for this character, I would say clawing hands. Spirit gun hands, even though he doesn't do spirit guns, so just pew-pew hands. Open style posing hands, unless, it's Yusuke, in which case it's Spirit Wave, but it's neither here nor there. A couple of hands to hold the roses that he does come with, which he does come with 2 red roses. Kind of weird because the original Kurama came with a red and a pink rose. This one comes with 2 red roses, and the Dark Tournament one that's coming out looks like he's coming with 2 red roses. Don't know what happened with the pink one. Again, Chinese company, maybe there was an error there, but either way, don't be alarmed if you get 2 red ones because that's what he released with. And then 2 other grasping hands, which can be used for the rose whip, which is wiry. You can, wrap it around stuff. Different from the original release, a lot longer. It looks nicer in my opinion. I think it looks more natural than the other one, which had too many thorns in it, and this one's a little bit more malleable while the other one's a little bit more stiff. Though, and I tried looking up footage. It's been a couple years since I watched the show all the way through again, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Yoko Kurama actually uses the rose whip or holds a rose in any of the episodes. Doesn't he have other plant type of attacks? And then the big butterfly kind of, well, I guess maybe they're moth wings or butterfly wings, whatever they are. That would have been a cool accessory right there. But yeah, just putting that out there. Anyways, faces, he does have a neutral face. A neutral face with a slightly different lip thing. It's weird. Very similar to the first face. I don't know. It's fine, I guess, though I think something else would have been better. I know he doesn't really yell much. He's not that kind of character. He's a very calm character, but still, just they're so close to each other that I do feel like we should have gotten something, even if it was like a version where he has that kind of, I don't want to say scar, but like that wound he had over his eye. in one of the episodes. I want to say it's when they're fighting Karasu, right? Near the end of that. Doesn't he have a thing there? Or is that Sensui? I think it was Karasu. Either way, that would have been good, but no, it's just two very similar faces, but they are different. He does have a kind of smirking, looking off to the side face, and eyes closed face. Aside from that, he does come with his tail, which I'm going to show right here. I have things to say about this, but yeah, let's honestly get into the figure itself, which looks really good, albeit it is all white, and that's not a problem. It's just the fact that it definitely, you can tell, like, if this was a plastic figure, I think it would have came out better. That's not to say I don't like soft goods. I love soft goods. I think they're great. It's just that because it's all white, we don't have any of that gray shading from like the anime or anything like that, or the manga. So it is a very, very white and it stands out so much. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't look bad. Pretty accurate. The belt could be gray. I think would have been better. For the body, he is bulkier than the other Kurama. He is taller than regular Kurama, which is good because he should be, you know, slightly different, slightly bigger and everything. His shoes, faded yellow color. They're fine. No problem there. The hair, I don't blame them for this because there are statues where he has basically the same kind of purpley thing going on in the hair. But from watching, again, clips from the anime, just trying to, like, remember things, wasn't it? Yeah, it was basically just gray and silver. It shouldn't have this purple highlight. Again, the purple highlight is probably just because of some statues, and I get it. It's like meant to be kind of like a shading thing, but again, his hair should actually just be gray and silver. It is mostly silver, but it looks good. I'm not going to say it doesn't. Part of me does want to repaint it, but I'm not going to. But yeah, it should be more of a silver color than this very drastic deep purple. I think if they had done it a little bit less, they would have been better, but they went a little bit heavy on it. It doesn't look bad. Accuracy, again, I don't think it's there, but again, it is what it is. I'm just happy that we have this figure. He has the ears, which is awesome. And aside from that, everything on the figure looks great. He does have a little bit of a indent on his arm, and I'll try and get a better look at that in a minute. But yeah, I guess quality-wise, not bad at all. So getting back to the tail, a few things. One, the tail should actually have a hole to go in through here, but it doesn't, which is disappointing. I kind of get why they didn't do it, because they didn't want this fabric to kind of be stuck because of it. But it should actually be right here. They do have an opening for his tail right there, so you can plug it in directly like that, and it works. It's articulated, goes up, down, moves. You know, it's great, but then it makes it so this has to move to the side one way or another, which again is not accurate to the show. There should be a hole in this fabric, which on the one hand, I'm a little tempted to just poke a small hole and do it myself, but on the other hand, I don't know how well this fabric would hold up to that. I don't want it to like fray and make a giant hole or nothing. It's not like it's that really bad cotton or anything, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to risk it. But for now, we're going to take this out because it does kind of get a little bit in the way of me handling it. It doesn't really get in the way of articulation or anything like that. So I want to put that out there. It does make him a little bit back heavy along with the hair, but it's kind of, I guess, something you would expect. Articulation wise, figure does great. Can kick forward, can kick back. Double jointed knee, it does perfect. Can go outwards, which is so good to see because, again, the other Yu Yu Hakusho figures, which you have Yusuke right here, that's as much as you can do because of the pants. If you try and force it, you're probably going to rip those pants, and that would suck. But yeah, you can close that. We have the pivot and the hinge for the feet. We do have that butterfly joint that can go up and down. I'm holding it the wrong way, but back and forward really well. Rotation at the upper arm. You can see here is like a little bit of an indent right there, and I believe he had another one, yeah, right here, where it's a little bit more annoying, a little bit more noticeable, but it is what it is. Double jointed elbows that do pretty good. You can see here the wire for this satchel part, whatever you want to call it, is like poking out, and it's all the way at the bottom here. It's fine, but it's just for whatever reason poking out, so I keep trying to bend it and hiding it in here with the belt, which the belt is rubber. So anyways, rotation at the wrist, hinge, which you can move in any direction, so you can have him do different motions. Neck moves at the bottom all the way around like that. You can look up, look down, look left, right, pivot side to side, and his little hair right here in the front does move back and forward. Replacing the faces, it's easy. You just pop that off like that, and you just pop whatever you want on. They did make that joint pink, which was interesting, and the ball peg is actually pink as well if you pop the head off, which I did for a reason. I don't remember what the reason was, but I did. And yeah, so articulation, again, for the company, for the figure and everything. Oh yeah, abdomen can crunch back, forward, lean left and right. Yeah, articulation, honestly, A+, absolutely love it. Body could be, I was gonna say could be a little bit more dull, but honestly, it's not shiny. It looks good. I think it's just the pure white that throws me off a little bit on the figure. Again, because there's, you know, no plastic, so there's no point of shading or anything like that. It looks a little bit weird, but it works. Anyways, here he is next to Kurama and Yusuke. You can see here that he is a good bit taller than both of them. Again, he does tend to fall over a good amount. He actually just fell over a second ago. Yeah, but I do like that it's not the same body. They're not just giving us the same exact figure. Though, I think for Yusuke and Kurama, the next release, Yusuke at least comes with some better accessories. Kurama looks like it's going to be very, very similar, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm still going to get it because, again, articulation on him, that's as far as you're going to go. That's as much as he's going to kick. On this dude, again, all the way out. All the way forward. It's like, it's not a contest. If it was, then Kurama loses to his demon half, but I mean, I think a lot of people would agree to that anyway. Anyways, that's my review for the Yoko Kurama by Dasin Toys. I do recommend it, especially over the original Kurama. This one, I mean, same character, different form, so I feel like anyone who's a fan is going to get it. I love that we got the ears, because I'm hoping that means Inuyasha figures, maybe, because no one's doing them. Come on, that'd be great. Aside from that, I'm really excited that we're just getting more Yu Yu Hakusho figures. Even if it is the same characters, kind of. I mean, this is the standout star, I think, of the three that were announced, just because it's very, very different. Though, again, I'm very excited for the other Yusuke, because he comes with those different heads, and because he's going to have more articulation, you know, just judging by the type of pants he's wearing. Same with the other Kurama. He's going to have better articulation, judging by what he's wearing, which is very similar to this, just with a few differences, more color and everything. But, yeah, more figures hopefully coming. I'm thinking of now picking up Hiei and Kuwabara just to finish off what I'm missing in this line. They're pretty readily available still, thankfully. Yusuke, a little bit harder. I think I could only find him in China right now, but at least he's still available. One-Shot Toys, hopefully they come back at some point and finish off their ones, because I don't mind double dipping on this show, because I really enjoy it. But yeah, if anyone there is listening, we need Genkai. I would love to see a Genkai figure with like an interchangeable head, so we can have Genkai, Masked Rider, and Young Genkai. That'd be great. Villains, of course, the Goro brothers, just basically everybody from the Dark Tournament, since we would be great as well. There's so many characters still left to be made. Botan, another big character. I know they have female bodies. They have that slam dunk female figure. You can use that to make a Botan. Just saying. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Again, if you want to pick one up, check out 5K Toy Store. And yeah, no affiliate or anything. It's just, that's where I bought it from. And they're trusted more or less. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.